What's up, Capoeira Nation? Welcome back to the Capoeira Experience podcast. Thank you so much for being part of the Capoeira community. Keep training, keep hanging there, keep supporting your school. Without you guys, without everybody in the Capoeira community and being part of the school, we won't be able to keep the doors open or even like be motivated to keep teaching classes and coming back to classes. So today is pretty cool because we pretty much we are from the same country and we start in the same capoeira community, and it's really cool to get reconnected, even through distance and I don't know. I think we got back in touch probably like a couple years ago. I think, and yeah, just let me introduce you to Peruca. How you doing, man?
Hola, hello.
Oh,
Everything is good, man. Very happy to be here.
nice.
Very happy to, be participating in your podcast. We're, we know each other for a long time
Oh,
since
man,
we started in the same community, how you say it. It's
yeah.
super nice to be here now.
Yeah, for sure. I don't remember last time, like when the first time we met. I know I was back in
I,
Venezuela.
I remember it was in Maracay in
Oh,
one of the Agua Bear event,
oh,
the
cool. Okay.
Joao.
Yeah.
I
Okay. I
remember.
I remember now. Yeah. And Mr.
Yeah,
Hato and was there. Yeah. I
yeah,
remember. And the core.
that was the first time that, we met.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool. Wow, man. I don't even know how long was that. Probably like over 10 years, I think.
Oof,
Was it?
yeah, probably like close to 10 or 8, 9 years.
Yeah. That's so cool. That's so cool. So for people to two things. Your social media so people can find you there and can follow you there if they're listening.
Okay, my social media is JuanPB31, the Instagram.
Okay.
I also have the Instagram for the performance company that we have here is the NC Brazilian Arts Project, and we have another one for the academy that we teach what we perform
Okay.
here in North Carolina, which is the Project Space.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So for everybody, support my work, support
Yeah.
the work that me and my wife and our community do here.
Yeah.
That's my personal, and the two of their business that we do here.
Nice. Just make sure there. Go check it out. It's really cool. All the samba dances, capoeira, all the shows that you guys do there. I think it's really cool to promote capoeira and promote what you guys do.
Yeah, we try to promote the Afro-Brazilian culture on the best ways that we know, the best way that we learn from the mestres,
Yeah.
and try to keep the Afro diaspora living, and try to split out the information that we have, being sharing with the community from capoeira, the community for samba and the percussion through the different public, the different on the different stage that we can go.
Yeah. Just as much as we can promote capoeira, right? It's just or like any art that we do is going to help us to connect with more people and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And what would be your for people to get to know you your capoeira story from the beginning until now?
Okay, so my capoeira story starting in Valencia, Venezuela. I started capoeira there. I was training in the gym, like lifting weights, and I saw one of my friends, good friend of mine, Canuto. He
Nice.
was doing capoeira on the studio, and I knew it by Eddie Gordo, by
Oh
the
yeah.
video game. By that age, I was like,
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
PlayStation.
Nice.
So as soon as I saw like he doing the movements and everything, I went there and asked him like, hey, where do you train, or like, can you teach me? Like, I want to learn that.
Yeah.
And he told me the time, the place, and everything. And I remember it was like a weekday, and we used to train every Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
I went the first Saturday on that week, and from there, man, I never stopped.
Wow,
Never
that's so cool,
stopped.
man.
I started there. So I start with the Grupo Sensala.
Yeah. Yeah.
They work the contra no Mestre Emerson Hasta
Yeah.
start there in Venezuela.
Yeah.
So I'm part of that community. Start from there, and then for different reasons, our country, the Venezuela,
Yeah.
was happening. The situation, like social economy situation. I went out to try different possibilities,
Yeah.
and I get to Charlotte, North
Oh, cool.
Carolina, where it was another capoeira friend who received me here,
Yeah.
and he was training with Mestre Esquilo from
Nice.
Cordon de Oro,
Yeah.
and I start training there, but by that time I didn't know what were going to be my future,
Yeah.
because like a lot of us, we go out of the country with not really a plan.
Yeah.
So I start training with him and be training with him by a year and a half. And he offered to if I want to change the group. And I answered to him that time like, no, master, I want to continue with the Sensala group
Sensala, yeah.
for now, because I don't know if I'm gonna be living here, or I'm gonna move, or what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So he decided. He told me like, Peruca, you're right. The
Yeah.
most important is that you still training capoeira. Like
Exactly.
no
Yeah.
matter what group, no matter what style, no matter, the most important is that you still here in the capoeira.
Yeah.
After that, he had to leave the country because of problems, a problem with the visa, and the situation with the immigrants here in
Yeah.
the U.S. And unfortunately, it didn't go well, the
Yeah.
situation there. And by that time, I was more established here.
Okay.
So by the next event, the next capoeira event, the next batizado, I decided to move to start training with him. I let know my mestre from like Mestre Emerson, Professor Mowgli. I
Yeah.
let them know Mestre Mendoin, like, hey, Mestre, I'm like doing my life here now.
Yeah.
I want to keep going doing the capoeira, but I'm going to start training with Mestre Esquilo now, because this is where I'm going to live, and
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to move. And by that time, I didn't have a belt to teach. Plus, it wasn't my goal to be teaching capoeira, because my
Yeah.
goal was be established
Yeah.
first.
Work and yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
work and bring the
Work.
bread to the table first.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then I start with Mestre Esquilo and Contra Mestre Zumbi until now. I've
That's so cool,
been
man.
now training with them under them, and now this is my third. So since there,
Yeah.
I was training, always with Mestre Esquilo, and after he left, Contra Mestre Zumbi, which is one of his students, who take care, of his work here.
Okay.
So now I have 3 years that I start teach capoeira.
Okay. That you took over the school?
No, I just start my
Oh,
own
your own
group.
side. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I start my own group, and now I teach capoeira, but I
Yeah.
still training with Contra Mestre Zumbi.
Oh.
But now with the Zoom and everything, I'm still training with Mestre Esquilo and Contra
That's so
Mestre Zumbi both. And I teach under there on the same city, but like in different locations.
Okay, okay. I mean, you started with bunch of badasses. Canuto's a badass. His capoeira is amazing.
Yeah.
Mowgli's capoeira is really really cool. Mestre Emerson capoeira is, man. I think he's one of the top two in Venezuela.
Yes.
and
Mestre
let me
Esquilo.
see, Mr. Esquilo. Oh my God, man, Mr. Esquilo. His music. The first time I
Yeah.
met him was in California back in
Okay.
2013 when Mr. Boneco brought him to LA. And man, he's just different. He's just like his energy. He's so like
Other.
playful, and his music, and he's just like every time he sings in the music in the Hada, it's just like you
Like
get
the
goosebumps.
whole,
I don't know, but yeah, the energy comes up like
yeah, man.
crazy.
I remember, man. I remember well, one day he was, he used to teach like noon classes. Noon
Okay.
classes most of the time capoeira, and I think in everything noon classes are like a little smaller.
Yeah.
And we were like, man, like five capoeiristas training. And I remember when he just, okay, guys, we finished the train, and he just grabbed an atabaque,
Yeah.
and he started, just with that tabaque and us playing.
Yeah.
Man, like the energy he created.
Oh.
Like I told him after the whole, like, mess, that energy feels like we were like, I don't know, like 100 people here. Like the energy,
Yeah.
and like we were flipping and everything, like, like imagine
Oh.
like almost like a batizado. And it was
Oh.
just five of us, and he just playing the tabaque and singing, and I was
Oh
like, wow,
man.
like Messi is able to just create that kind of energy, just like with that drum
Yes.
and just five people there playing. It
Oh
was
man. He just
like,
every time, even through the music, because sometimes I hear him like through like just YouTube or anything, and you can you feel that energy that he puts into the music or whenever he plays.
yeah, no, Messi's skill is other level, man.
He's
And his
yeah.
student Contramines Sumbi is another man. I've been on the hands of amazing capoeiristas. I've been
100%. Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah.
I've been super lucky, and all of them I've been able to know them. To
Yeah.
train with them, because unfortunately sometimes, like many capoeiristas, sometimes we use a shirt that they say a name of somebody that we just see like one or twice a year. And
100%.
unfortunately, like it's difficult, but like the message still getting there.
Yeah.
But like I was lucky, so I was able to meet my friend Canuto and train with him, learn with him,
Yeah.
train with Mowgli too, like learn with him and train. Emerson, every time we were going to Caracas, every
Yeah.
time he was coming
Oh man.
here, like,
Yeah.
and I got to meet those people.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to understand them like a man, and
Yeah.
not just like a capoeirista.
Yeah. More. I know
And
more
the
personal.
same with Skilo, and the same with Contra
Wow.
Messi Zumbi. Messi
That's so
Skilo,
cool.
man, he almost adopted me when I got here,
That's
because
so
like
cool.
I didn't know English.
Yeah.
I didn't know the city. I didn't have like any other friend, just
Yeah.
like one friend. And
Man.
I was just by myself, like trying to make my life here.
Yeah.
And he was like, Peruca, what are you doing?
Man.
Like, no, man, I'm here at home. Okay, let's
Yeah.
go train. Boom. And he like picked
Oh
me
man,
up and
that's
go
so
train.
cool.
Peruca, what are you doing now? Okay, because he does jiu-jitsu too.
Yeah.
So we used to train capoeira and jiu-jitsu, and then sometimes we just do like capoeira. Sometimes like, oh, let's do jiu-jitsu today, because like he
Yeah.
has some free time too.
Yeah.
And man, by that time I didn't have too much work. I didn't have like, I was just arriving here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's different when you come like without a plan.
Yeah.
So I got to meet him really well and got good experience. And now every time I go to Brazil, I go there to Minas Gerais and stay there like for 3 weeks, and then go back to, sometime I go to Bahia, sometime I go to Rio de Janeiro, depending
Nice.
of the plan, because
Yeah.
my wife is also a capoeirista,
Yeah.
but she's a passista. So
What is
she
a
needs
pasista?
to be, passista is the title
Okay.
for the ladies on the samba school
Oh.
who go out on the carnival, on the
Oh.
sambódromo,
Okay.
and they represent the school doing samba.
Oh wow. I didn't know
Because
that. Oh
the
cool.
samba school are huge,
Yeah.
and they have the bateria, they have the different alas, the different wings,
Yeah.
right, of the carnival. And she is one of the persons who represent the ala, the
Wow.
the wing of the
Yeah.
passistas on the samba school.
That's so cool.
So we go there, man, and we just like training, starting. Sometimes like we spend a lot of time in Bahia, we spend a lot of time in Rio, we spend a lot of time in Minas Gerais, and
Yeah.
we're like, starting to
Yeah, so
bring,
cool, man.
like a little bit that we can get there and put it here in the North Carolina.
Yeah, just to bring new material and just stay updated.
Yeah, we've been doing that already for a few years, and I've been already 6 times in Brazil,
Oh,
all the
cool,
time, like
dude.
staying there, training jiu-jitsu, training
Yeah,
capoeira, and
that's so cool, man.
now is a little bit the result of
Yeah,
all these years. Like
yeah.
now I'm like, okay, a new charter on the life when you start teach.
100%, 100%. It's completely different to be a student than to be a teacher.
Yeah,
Perspective 100% different, and sometimes it's just like at the beginning it's a
yeah.
little overwhelming, but and then once you get the pace and you start liking it.
Yeah, and it's a totally different kind of learning too. You
100%. Oh yeah.
you start learning the capoeira in a different way,
Yes.
because when you're a student, you're like learning the capoeira in one way. When you start teach, you start learn, and like, I don't know, you start to see the capoeira in a different way. You start to
Yeah.
use the capoeira in a different way.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I felt like you get to understand a little bit better capoeira. You understand capoeira from different angle.
Yeah, yeah, you and you understand it, and you start to be available to explain capoeira
Yes.
with so many different ways,
Yeah.
because every student is going to have like strengths and abilities.
Yes.
So you have to be available to bring them all together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for be able to do that, you have to be able to explain in different ways, because
Yes.
everybody learn different.
100%.
Everybody understand the things different. And some people are in the capoeira for the music. Some
Yeah.
people is going to get to capoeira for the acrobatics. Some people is
Yeah.
going to get for the dance. Some for self-defense. And you have to be able to, like, grab all those things the
Yeah.
capoeira have and give it to them
It's
in
so
a
cool.
different way, so they
Yeah.
can like go up together.
Yeah.
And that's it's a totally different learning. That's a
Yes.
totally as another process.
Yeah. And you know who the weaknesses of each is like, okay, yeah, this person needs to work a little bit more on this, and this person is a little bit more going out
Yeah,
this way. It's really cool. It's really cool to see students from this angle.
yeah, man. It's other chapter of the book of your life.
100%. 100%. And so we mentioned that we came from the same community, from the same capoeira community. And
Yeah,
how do you see the difference in between the two communities from the Venezuela? Because when you started capoeira, what was the year?
I started in 2007, and I got my first belt in 2008.
Okay, and then when do you move to the US?
2012 or
Oh, okay.
2011. I get 2011
Okay, so almost what, 8 years?
doing capoeira.
Yeah, in that gap.
In the US, 7 years.
Oh, okay, nice. And
And
then
I got here with, I think was already like six years doing capoeira.
okay,
Six,
nice.
7 years doing capoeira.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good time to be a little bit involved on capoeira and the capoeira community in Venezuela. To be a little
Yeah,
involved
and
there.
and doing capoeira, like in the capoeira, like traveling,
Yeah,
like being around. Like I like to phrase it, my master say, like, Peruca, I'm like a new car in capoeira, but with a lot of miles. Because he said, like, I'm still young in capoeira.
yeah,
Like he say, Master Skill, like, I'm still young in capoeira.
yeah.
But I've been traveling a lot. I've been like going a
I bet.
lot of different places. With, like, I have a lot of miles in capoeira, but I'm still young.
Yeah,
So I
he is
like
really young.
to, yeah, I like to have the perspective of
Yeah,
myself too, because like I'm super young in capoeira, but man, I've been like traveling a lot and going to different places, and like like going to the capoeira to
yeah,
understand more, like different group, different
yeah,
states of Brazil, different states of the US, different states of Venezuela.
yeah.
Like man, I try to, try to be in the capoeira, because
Yeah,
sometimes like, okay, yeah, I have 10 years doing capoeira, but it can be not how many hours you're being training,
yeah,
how for how long you're
yeah, yeah,
being there,
yeah, yeah.
it makes a big difference.
A big, big, big difference. Because I guess, my point was like the our capoeira community back in Venezuela, we were all over the place. We, especially our generation, is more a little more open. We visit each other. I remember you when we went to see um, Joao,
Mhm.
Awaji Beber, the group there, and then we visit you guys. We went to visit Mestre Emerson, Nuevo Circo, and where they used to train, and you guys came to visit Capoeira Brasil to Guarana, and then we were all over the place. So we didn't have that limitation of like, let's just do Capoeira.
Yeah,
Go,
no,
how do you see the difference in between that Venezuela and the US, or at least what you've seen so far?
the difference that I see, like from my perspective, is that here is a little bit easier to travel,
Yes.
and it's easier to organize,
Yeah. Yeah.
events. It's easier to be more organized.
Yeah.
You can do a
That's
little bit
true.
more here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, you have more mestres of capoeira here.
100%. Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, so that creates more opportunity of
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah. A lot of high levels too.
And
A lot of high levels. A
yes,
lot.
yeah,
A lot of
because the
high levels.
capoeira has been here for many years.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you can already see mestres,
Yeah.
American mestres,
Yeah. Yeah.
mestres and contramestres. I think the first one was Ombrillo.
Okay.
And he already has been for a long time being a mestre, the first American mestre. So that can tell you a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Um, in Venezuela, the difference that I see is how people receive the capoeira.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I don't know. It's easier to interpret.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Venezuela, I saw the people were interpreting the capoeira easier,
Yeah.
like faster
Yeah.
than here in the US.
Yeah.
Like you can see, it takes a little more time to people here interpret and understand a
Yeah.
little more the capoeira. But like you can see, like that can be, back and forth,
Yeah, for sure.
because
For sure.
here you can I seen it, people like on the first week, 3 weeks of capoeira, and they're like doing amazing too,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. But I think because of the culture here is a more like more
I felt it's a little.
systematic,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
more
Like.
systematic, like,
Yeah.
and the capoeira is out of the system, like it
Yeah.
has too
100%.
many things, man.
Yeah.
It has too many things that they take so many years to understand and to apply and
Yeah.
all that. So just because of that, not because of movement, not
Yeah. Yeah. For
because like
sure.
people are here like are less prepared or whatever, because like, man, here the people in capoeira are like other level too.
It's a lot of high levels here, man. You're
Yeah,
really.
it's just, I think it's the system when you grow up in a country like this,
Yeah.
and the systems when you grow up in a country like Venezuela or Brazil, they
Yeah.
are like more similar. Like
Yeah.
there are the system we have there is a little more similar, and like that exchange, like it happens a little faster there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a little more time here, but like just that, man, because besides that, like here I've seen the more opportunities
Yeah.
of capoeira for sure than Venezuela,
Yeah. For sure.
because like how I say, like capoeira has been longer here, and you have more capoeira masters like in every state and every place.
Yeah.
we in Venezuela, we have just one or maybe two capoeira mestres, or
I
maybe
think
two
I
or
think
three.
one. I think one.
Like
I think it was Mr.
Emerson,
Emerson.
Chocolate
Oh,
de
chocolate.
Raíces,
That's right. Yeah.
y the other mestre from Angolinha.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, but he wasn't very far. He wasn't the other state. The
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
Bolivar in the Bolivar state.
Yeah, so three masters, like I
Yeah.
know, like separate, you know.
Yeah.
So here, man, like you can go to New York, to like the big cities, and you can find like the most amazing quality of capoeira, you know.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
And they're students too, and then they are Americans. They are
Yeah.
like maybe, or maybe they are for other countries, but like for capoeira levels, super high.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like here is a little more like logic. Everything have to make sense. For us, sometimes nothing have to make sense. But
Just do it.
yeah,
Just
uh,
go and
doesn't
yeah.
make sense to me, but I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, it's going like close around there because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
I think it's about culture,
for sure, for sure.
and it will be interesting like how capoeira it is in Russia, for example, like how the
Yeah,
Russians approach to capoeira and how the capoeira approach to them,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and I'm sure like it will be a different history, but that doesn't make wrong in
Oh,
capoeira
yeah,
because
yeah.
I already seen people in Russia doing like very
Crazy
high
stuff.
level
Oh,
capoeira.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Actually, in the episode before, I had Mr. Cueca, and
well, he lives there. He have
yeah,
a work there now, so I'm sure like
and
it will be and not even capoeira, even samba too. Like
oh, really?
the
Oh,
samba,
awesome.
yeah. My wife has like very good friends of samba dancer pasistas
Yeah.
there.
Oh, wow,
So
cool. That's awesome.
man, it's the culture. It
Yeah,
travels. It goes to
yeah,
everywhere.
100%.
And how people get it, it will be different in every different aspect, but definitely the information will get there.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And I was talking to somebody here in the podcast too, where like say like doesn't matter where you go and what language they can speak, but once the holiday starts, everybody speaks the same language.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can be in China or you can be in Chile, and
yeah.
when that holiday starts, everybody speaks the same.
Everybody will be
It's so
doing
cool, man.
ginga, mealua,
Yeah,
esquiva, like
yeah,
as
it's so cool,
it
man.
will be the same. The birimbau star, and everybody will understand the language.
100%.
And but the different, I'm sure like how the capoeira, like they understand and how they approach the people, and that depends a lot of the master too,
That's true. Yeah.
because like every master have their vision in capoeira,
Yes.
and sometimes everybody will learn the same ginga, the same mealu armada, but the histories are going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what
100%.
we do is a art which is by oral history.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
have too many histories writing by back on the days. It wasn't too many people available to write
Yeah.
what was happening, and if they knew how to do it, it was difficult to exposure, make the exposure.
100%. Yeah.
So it is important, like when how the master explained that,
Yeah.
and how the masters keep in contact with the old masters,
Is
like
yeah.
Mestre Joel, Mestre Joel unfortunately died, but just saying because I remember Mestre Emerson, he took Mestre Joel to Venezuela,
Yes. Yes.
Mestre Janja,
Yeah.
Mestre Gage, like those that they can keep the ancestralidad,
Yeah. Yeah.
ancestry,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and like that's so important because sometimes people are like focused, like okay, the capoeira, the fleets, the speak, and
And the
everything,
movements, all the yeah.
the movement, but like it's so important to understand the past and
Yes.
why it is like that.
Yeah.
So that will change a lot how people approach to capoeira and how
That's true.
they connect with capoeira.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because you
it,
you
it,
you
it will make
understand.
a big difference.
Yeah. Because you get to understand how that happens and when it happens and And I was talking to instructora Faishka. She's in Miami. She was saying, like, in Brazil, everything's connected. Samba is connected to capoeira. Everything's connected to capoeira. And
Yeah,
once you get to hear like capoeira music and samba music and all kind of like those traditions, you will understand a little bit better capoeira. Doesn't mean that you have to practice, but at least you understand a little bit better capoeira.
yeah. And
Yeah.
like, if somebody studies samba, I have to study capoeira. If somebody study capoeira, I have to study samba. When you
That's good.
study both,
Yeah.
and not just samba, is jongo,
Young, I love Jongo.
maracatu,
Yeah.
frevo, like all
Yeah.
these, different dance from Brazil. The more that you start to get close, maculele, you start to
Maculele,
get
yeah.
close to something, like something new show up. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, and what is this? Oh, okay, this is it. Oh, okay. And then you start to study that, and boom, something new
So
one. Not new one, but like new for us, or
yeah.
for the people who just are understanding that
Yeah.
this culture, this art.
Yeah.
It's not new. It's been there for years, for
Yeah.
decades,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's just new for us that we're like starting and always, start to connect one thing with the other one.
Yeah.
And same thing, and it happened with the rhythms too.
Yeah.
when
100%.
when you
Yeah.
start to listen, okay, the samba, and then you listen tambores venezolano,
Yeah.
and then you listen bomba y plena,
Yeah.
and then you listen the Afro-Mexican, Afro-Peruvian music,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
start to see how the similar are all these rhythm, in Uruguay, the candomblé.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You start to see like, oh man, all these rhythms are like so similar. They connect, they can catch each other. And when you see how they do the celebration, all of them are a circle
In the circles. Yeah. Yeah.
and two people inside.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like
So
African traditions. Yeah.
yeah, Africa and diaspora.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
100%.
African diaspora. So
He's so cool,
like
that
when you
connection.
start like, okay, no, now I know about maculele, I know about maracatu, I know about frevo, I know about capoeira, like you I know about samba, you really study the Brazilian culture,
Yeah.
and then like when you start like, boom, like you
Something
travel
else.
to
But
another
what is
country,
this? Yeah.
and like you start to, oh, but this look like samba. Oh, this
Yeah.
look like this kind of dance that they do here. Oh, they do, and the sounds similar. Like, man, it's so
It's
beautiful.
cool, man. It's
It's
really, really cool.
beautiful
Yeah.
to see how all these are connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
100%.
amazing. It's just beautiful. And each one of them, like, you need a life
Yeah.
to study
Yeah.
each of them.
Yeah.
You can just understand a little bit of each one of them. I remember Mestre Jogo de Dentro in Maracay, and the FITA, the
Oh, the fita.
festival in
Yeah.
FITA.
Yeah.
He say, one of the person did a question to him, like, what do you know about capoeira regional and capoeira contemporánea? And he easy answered that question like, I studied capoeira Angola.
Yeah.
For me to study capoeira regional or capoeira contemporânea, I would need another life. Vou precisar
Oh,
uma
man.
vida a mais.
Yeah.
And that was his answer.
Yeah.
Because like, imagine Messi Jogos de Dentro, who's being starting with like the founds,
Yes.
from Capoeira Angola.
Yeah.
He say that, what we can say, what we can do.
We're still babies on this.
Man, it's like what we can do. Like when you listen to the answer of those methods, like, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
This method need another life. He's been like, so he was a little kid doing this.
We don't know nothing yet.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
And very soon you also have your event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this going to be like the third event that that
The
you guys do?
second.
The second
It's
one?
going to be
Okay.
the second batizado in Troque de Cordas.
Yeah.
It's going to be on June 17, 18, and 19.
Nice.
What they call here the Juneteenth.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Juneteenth,
Yeah.
and it's going to be Thursday, we are this event is it has like three different aspects
Okay.
of capoeira and African diaspora explanation, let's say like that.
Okay.
The first one is, of course, focusing on the capoeira, the ceremony of the batizado and
Yeah.
the change the belt
Yeah.
for kids and for adults.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, so that's like the main thing. On the second part, we have. You hear me?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say because sometimes the internet goes. The second part is the community part.
Okay.
We are
So
doing
cool.
free capoeira classes and free samba classes
Okay.
for make bigger and connect more with the communities
Oh, cool.
here on North Carolina, because like a lot of time we do the events for the capoeira community,
Yeah.
and it's hard
Yeah.
to make. We always say like it's hard to make capoeira grow. It's hard to make. So we are taking advantage of this event to create free classes for beginners, for
Oh,
brand new
cool. Smart.
beginners that they are
Yeah.
never did capoeira, that they never did samba.
Yeah.
So they're going to be available to practice those, see it, in a batizado, in the hodas and with the
And
mesas
people
and
from
everything
all over the place. That's so cool.
from like everywhere,
That's
everywhere.
smart.
So we're gonna have that part. We're gonna have like when it's happening, the beginners workshops and everything. We're gonna be happening the advanced workshops and everything. So the
Oh,
difference
cool.
here is the intermediate and advanced people. They have to pay for the event.
Yeah.
People who are beginner that never did capoeira before,
Yeah.
it's free.
That's so cool, man. Yeah.
You know.
Is it going to be like an open house, something like that?
Yeah, we're gonna be in an open space. It's
That's so
gonna
cool.
be on Friday. Is gonna be the name is Victoria Yards. It's in downtown of the city,
Okay.
and they give us like two different places. They are like walking distance.
Okay.
Like you can like see it. Like it's 2 minutes walking one from the other one.
Okay.
So we're gonna have like workshops happening on one place and workshops happening in the other place.
That's so cool, man.
So free workshops for the beginner, how to Jinga, how to Mealua,
Yeah.
all that for adults and kids.
Yeah.
And on the other area, the other language, a little more advanced of capoeira.
Okay. Okay.
And the third aspect of the event is the after party. The after party is open for everybody too. Is a event who's going to be in the place called Venue Garden.
Okay.
It's a big place, open place for make people feel safe about the situation with the virus.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks God, the things are getting super much better.
Nice.
But we're gonna have the party, which is open for everybody as well, and we're gonna have three different bands. The band, the first one is gonna be music from Senegal. The name of the band is Kairaba.
Nice.
And the second one, we're gonna have tambores venezolanos.
Nice, man.
A
I'm so
performance of
excited.
tambores venezolano, like
Yeah.
from my country.
Yeah.
the culture from my country.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm so
And
excited for that.
we're going to have a samba group as well.
Samba group?
Yep,
Okay.
a samba group. They call Reinaldo Brown Band. So I was explaining you about the party.
Yeah, yeah. Tambor venezolano.
Yeah, the after party. So we're gonna have a group for Senegal music.
Yeah.
Music from Afro Venezuela, tambor venezolano,
Yeah.
and a samba group, Reinaldo
man.
Brown.
That's so cool.
So, and we're gonna have the DJ too for
Oh,
dance
man.
a little bit more.
Everybody's gonna be so
And
cool, man.
we're gonna have the food trucks with Brazilian food for keep it like we're gonna have caipirinhas.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna be super beautiful event.
Yeah.
And the other part, going back to the workshops and the part of the learning, let's say like that, we also going to have a West African drumming class in jamming,
Oh, cool.
and we're going to have Afro Venezuela, tambores venezolanos
Workshop.
class of workshop, yeah, class
Oh, so cool.
of the dance and class of the rhythms,
Oh man.
because the tambores venezolano are similar like the samba in Brazil.
Okay.
Every different place and every different little town in our country in Venezuela
Yeah.
is different rhythms of
Yeah.
tambor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is different ways to dance tambor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these guys, they're coming from New York, and they're going to be explaining
Oh
how
man.
how this culture it is, how
Yeah.
the Venezuelan culture it is.
Oh
So
man,
they're
I'm
going
so
to have
excited, dude.
workshop of dancing or like Afro Venezuelan dance and rhythms and tambores,
Oh
plus
man.
the capoeira, samba, maculele is I call it Afro Brazilian festival because the main thing is capoeira and samba.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have other different aspects of the African diaspora.
That's so cool, man. That's really cool because usually, like almost all the events are usually just capoeira and then the hot. But I
Yeah,
really like the concept of like opening the doors for new people, especially having, I don't know, probably like 100 people in the doing capoeira, and then you introduce all these new people to all those
yeah,
people. It's gonna be really cool.
yeah.
That's
It was
smart,
an
man.
idea. It was an idea that like me and my wife and the other organizer Riva we have, and some of my students too. Like we were like, okay, how we can make make it the capoeira community bigger? How can we try to make people come to the event?
100%.
So
Yeah.
we start to figure it out, like put ideas, and we get to this concept. And the name of the event is Sua Casa,
Sua
which
casa, yeah.
is your home,
Yeah.
and Portuguese. So it's is the way. It's not just me, thinking of the event.
Yeah.
It's me and 20 more brains that are helping me. They are like creating ideas, creating things, because
That's so cool, man.
it's a way to make big things.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to do it with a lot of people.
Yeah.
If our goals are we think that we are available to do it by ourselves, I think our goals are too small.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has to be something that you cannot do by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that will make it a bigger impact. So that's what we're, like it's me today talking here, but behind me and in front of me, not just behind, on the side of me, I have other people walking and working really hard with me.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, and that's part of the team because it is just, even if it's a small event, just doing it one person, I mean, you're gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
It's so much stuff that you gotta take care of.
it's
And
too many things. Too
yeah,
many things.
yeah, and it seems so simple when you from the outside, because it's just like, okay, yeah, it's just bringing people and teaching workshops.
Just show
Yeah,
up, say, go train, go put
yeah,
your shirt. Oh
yeah.
man, the event was amazing.
Oh, so
And the
cool.
organizer are like, I'm glad you like
Yeah.
it.
I'm glad this
I
is so.
told
Yeah.
I tell my student like, guys, capoeira event. When you organize a capoeira event, it's like if you organize a party in your house on your birthday. You're
Yeah.
gonna be happy that everybody is there, but
Yes.
it's you who is to do everything for
Everything.
everybody.
Yes.
And like you enjoy the party, but you are gonna be so tired at the end because
That's a
like,
good way
hey,
to
you
put
have
it.
to take care of everything. It's like you're
Yeah.
doing, yeah, it's my birthday. I'm gonna do a party in my house, and like
But
I'm
you have to
gonna.
host everything.
You have to host everything. You have to
Yeah.
like take care of everything. Of course, always gonna be people helping, but
Yeah.
they need your presence. Like it's your
Yes.
presence who is gonna be like doing like and doing it how you wants to do it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
So
It's not that
I,
easy.
I yeah, I took that example. Like imagine it's your birthday and you and you are doing a party in your house. So you have to clean later. You have to cook before. You have to have your house clean. You have to
Yes.
have
Yeah.
like space for people where they're gonna sit, place for people they're gonna dance. So it's the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Forget about
Imagine
this
that
all.
you're gonna have people over from all over the place. You gotta pay for their tickets. You gotta pay for
Yeah,
for
yeah,
everything.
man.
Man.
It's like that. To do
Yeah.
a big capoeira event, man, and not just big, even can be a small, but it's the same.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just bigger numbers.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
bigger numbers.
Yeah.
So the preparation and like everything is gonna be almost the same.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. And to wrap it up, because I know that you gotta go teach very soon. Um, what would be a single advice for the capoeira community right now, who, in general?
For the capoeira community, things are coming back stronger.
Yes.
Capoeira community. I was in a roda this weekend with Mestre Bentinho and Instructor Ray.
Yeah.
The energy of the people, man, to be available almost after 2 years,
Wow,
to
man.
be all together
Yeah.
in community again, it tells me like things are coming back and
Yeah.
are coming back stronger.
Yeah.
Like don't be sad, don't be a disappointment. Like things are coming back,
Yes.
and bring a friend to a capoeira
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's the only way to make capoeira grow.
Yeah.
Bring a friend or
100%.
tell your friend to bring a friend because we cannot wait for Adidas, Nike, or Reebok to sponsor capoeira. It's not going to happen. No, not soon. Maybe in the future. It
Yeah.
has to be us and
Yeah.
support your capoeira friends. No
100%.
matter what group, no matter what you know what problems you can have in the past. Talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I think that would be my advice. Like keep positive because things are getting better and things are coming back really strong. And
100%.
the energy of the people is like ready.
People are just hungry to go out and travel
And
and play and
people,
train. Oh yeah.
people is hungry. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were on that. It was a small holiday in a workshop. Man, people from all over, from different places of Florida, like I'm from North Carolina, and we traveled there for the holiday and the
That's so
workshop.
cool, man. Yeah.
And man, that's like not too many, 3 years ago, four
Yeah.
years ago,
Yeah.
not too many people travel 4 or 5 hours for a capoeira roda or for a workshop. People do it for the weekend, like
Yeah. Yeah.
they make the travel. So
Yeah.
this was just a roda and a workshop. And man, people was traveling 5 hours, 6 hours, 3 hours for us, like plane tickets and
Yeah.
going back and forward, like in 24 hours, like going back, getting there the
Oh,
same
man.
day and then on the morning and going back to work because it was
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Oh man.
So that was the clear message the capoeira gave me to me this
Yes.
weekend.
Yeah.
Is the people's are the things are coming back and coming back really strong.
Yeah. Everybody's so
People,
ready to go out, man.
yeah,
And
people realize what is really important, how important it is
yeah.
have a community, how important, how valued it is have friends and people and a healthy community around.
Yeah. Yeah. Be supportive with the community, because at the end, I keep telling my students, the more we are, the more fun the holidays are gonna be.
Yeah,
And it's just, if we spread capoeira all together, everybody's gonna benefit. Like, doesn't matter group, doesn't matter, like you said, doesn't matter school, doesn't matter how long you've been doing capoeira. Everybody's gonna benefit. The bigger we get, the better we get.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just more fun
And
too.
it's,
Oh, I mean, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your experience here, Ross. So nice to reconnect again and finally see each other. And we're gonna see each other in person in probably like a month, almost a month,
and
a little bit less than a month.
3 weeks, 3 weeks,
3 weeks. Oh man, I'm
three
so
weeks
excited,
for
man.
the event,
Yeah, and
and like it's gonna
all my
be
students,
amazing.
All my students are like, man, I can wait to North Carolina. I can wait to North Carolina.
Man, they're gonna have so much fun
I
because
bet.
we're being working really hard to this for us and
Yeah.
for everybody.
I
We're making this something beautiful to the community, to everybody, to from the person who's gonna start that day to the person who's been doing capoeira for more than 30 years.
Oh yes. Oh
It's
yes.
gonna be, and it's gonna be a space for everybody learn too.
That's,
Because like
that's smart, man.
sometimes the masters of capoeira, they, oh yeah, that we learn, but they are just in a capoeira event.
Yeah.
On this capoeira event is gonna be a lot of different things that are not just capoeira.
That's the
So
best part because it's just about experience. It's just like to have
yeah,
fun, and we are very excited, man. We're very very excited.
yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful experience. I'm like 100% sure. And thanks God, almost is everything ready. We just are like, finishing details here and
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
but the structure of the event is ready.
Nice. Nice. Ready to roll, man. Well, man,
Ready,
thank you
ready.
so much. Let's stay in touch and talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. I hope you see you soon.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for getting this far. Remember, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up on Facebook or YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is going to help us and help me to get bigger numbers and bigger subscribers so we can give more information. Okay. Please, if you're listening, I know you're listening, I know you're watching, please give me a subscribe, give me a like. Okay. I know you're watching right here or listening. All right. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening every single episode, especially the episode we just did. All right. Thank you so much. Peace.